good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for coming out. What a glorious day, huh? Good thing it wasn't yesterday. I'm Jackie Moore. I'm privileged to be the CEO at North Suffolk Mental Health, and this is one of the buildings and programs that we operate. And we've done a significant number of renovations to it, and accessibility and safety renovations. So we wanted to commemorate that and give people a chance to see what we've done. We're very privileged to have the mayor of Boston, Walsh, with us today. And he's going to say a few words to us and introduce our other guests. So thanks again for being out, and Mayor Walsh.
Thank you very much, Jackie, and I want to thank you, I want to thank Kim, I want to thank everyone here in this great place. I want to thank the Meridian House guests, Meridian House. Yeah! Well, you kind of are guests at Meridian House. It's temporary, right, until you move on. Congratulations for being here. I want to thank Senator Joe Boncory is with us today. Senator's doing some incredible work on the budget when it comes to substance abuse and mental health and services and all the great things working on Suboxone, Narcan, on all the therapies we're doing. So thank you very much, Senator, for your great work. The man behind me to my left, your right, is one of the greatest judges in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts who understands addiction and works it every day, making sure people put towards treatment and diversion, believes in all that. Thank you, Judge McDonald, for being with us today. I also want to give a shout out to Jen Tracy, who's here with us from the Office of Recovery Services, and Brendan Little, who's from our Office of Recovery Services. Thank you for being here today as well. I just did a tour inside, and I was thinking to myself as I was walking through the different doctors' offices and what's happening here. It's amazing what can happen here in this community of East Boston. Right here in this clinic where people can walk in the front door one day feeling that their life is over, and realizing by getting connected to a therapist, by getting connected to a doctor, by focusing on your recovery, realizing that a week later or 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, you realize there's something worth living for, and then after getting a little bit of clean time, you realize your life is unbelievable, it's in front of you. That's what recovery is all about. Recovery is a day at a time. Whether you're at the Meridian House going to meetings and in group talking to people, or you're here at the IOP upstairs on the top floor here, or you're visiting different doctors downstairs, I just want to thank you for this. This is such an important step. There's still not enough people that don't understand addiction and what addiction is all about. There's still a stigma attached to it in a lot of ways, where people don't want to talk about their addiction. They don't want to talk about some issues they might have with mental health. But you need to do that. And what's happening right here in East Boston, in this very site, this used to be a hospital. As you can see, it was the old Boston City Hospital. So this building is used to healing people. And that's what this treatment is going to continue to do, to continue to heal people. So I just want to thank everyone that's in the field, that's here in the field, working in the field of recovery. Thank you for what you do every single day. For those of us that are in recovery, I want to thank all of us for being here today, because if we weren't in recovery, we wouldn't be standing right here today. Yeah! It's absolutely amazing. And I look forward to some incredible miracles walking in these doors and walking out of these doors every single day. To the doctors, the clinicians, the staff, the secretaries, the person that empties the barrel in here, thank you very much for all your great work. And to the kids, the people at Meridian House, day at a time, keep coming. You know, and we just got joined also, I just saw behind me, our city council, Lydia Edwards is here, who also is doing budget stuff. And in the budget, the city council's doing the budget as well. In the budget, there's some incredible money and programming in there for recovery as well, and fighting the opioid crisis that we have, but also making sure that we continue to go down the road of educating our young people, letting them know what addiction's all about. And last thing I want to say, addiction isn't just about drug use. Addiction is about alcohol as well. So as we're out there talking to people and they're struggling, we got to make sure that we continue to reach out to the sick and suffering alcoholic to let them know, because as you all know, alcohol is a gateway into the next step, just like all the different drugs that are out there. So I want to just, to all the people here today, thank you for being here today. It's such a great day. Jackie, thank you for allowing us to share this special moment with you.
Thank you all for being here today, and thank you for having me. You know, it's really an honor to follow our last speaker, Mayor Marty Walsh. Mayor Marty Walsh is someone who understands substance abuse disorder. He's led this city to be one of at the forefront across the nation for dealing with this issue and tackling this issue head on. And I know he leads the National Conference on Mayors on these issues. So we are so lucky, you know, as a city, to have a mayor and a leader that understands these issues, which are our issues in and out the community. So thank you very much, Mayor. I want to thank also Councilor Edwards, who's here, who's from the beginning of her career as a city council has dealt with these issues. In the budget, as the mayor mentioned, she's tackling some of these issues and making sure that funding is going towards substance use disorder. And of course, in a previous life, I was a public defender right down the street in the East Boston District Court. And so often I dealt with this issue. It's what prompted me to run for the state senate, was understanding that the courthouses were really no place to deal with addiction. And we need to deal with them in places like this that North Suffolk Mental Health has put together. And it was great to have a partner sitting on the bench in East Boston District Court who understands the addiction issues that this city faces, that our community faces, and works, I know, with each and every one of you at the Meridian House, and works so hard to put people in the Meridian House. And Judge, I wish we had more beds so you could place more people and divert more people out of the criminal justice system and into facilities like the Meridian House. And the mayor just said to me Long Island, and I know he's working very hard at getting that back online and producing more beds. I want to thank Kim and Jackie and everyone at North Suffolk Mental Health. On Beacon Hill, as we deal with this issue, and we are dealing with this issue in an abundance of ways, it's wonderful to be the senator from East Boston who can point to programs that North Suffolk Mental Health has. These dual diagnosis programs that are dealing with the mental health end of substance abuse. You're leaders in the nation, and we're so lucky to have you. You help the legislature get to places where we can fund programs like yours, and we can implement policies that embodies what North Suffolk Mental Health does every day. We're so fortunate to have you. Thank you. Keep up the good work. And to all the people in recovery, again, one day at a time. Thank you.
I'll be brief. I again want to echo I want to thank the mayor for your leadership in this conversation, which is often very difficult for a lot of families to have. And to have the mayor sit there and just start out being honest about his own struggle, it allows all of us to be a little bit more free in our own. I myself am the daughter of some family members who have been in and out of recovery and is still struggling with that. My mother also, her father also struggled with this. So this is something very near and dear to my heart, and understanding that we have in this mayor and also in our city a true understanding that these are our family members, these are our mothers, our fathers, these are integral members of our community who have a sickness, and that we are dedicated to making sure that we are with them every step of the way. And I apologize for being late today because I was actually working on the budget with EMS and making sure that they had the resources in terms of Narcan, in terms of making sure that they were also fully equipped to stand with us for our community and to make sure that we are prepared and we're working with people regardless of how they come. With no judgment, with no stigma. That's exactly what I want to see us continue to do and to bring about in our community. I just also wanted to thank North Suffolk for all of your work, honestly, in making this conversation something that really is about community leadership and making sure that we recognize the strength in everybody, no matter how they come and no matter how they've walked into our doors. So I just want to again say thank you. I'm just honored to be here, to be amongst all these supporters. And again, Mayor, thank you for your leadership.
So once again, let me say thank you to all of you for being here, for your support. We couldn't do the work that we do without the support of our elected officials. And it's always nice to be on the same side and know that we're working together. Thank all of you, those of you who work in our field, whatever you're doing, whether it's for North Suffolk or for the courts or for the mayor's office or wherever you're working. Thank you for the work that you do. It takes all of us to pull together to address a problem like the addiction problems that we're seeing today. And thank you to all of the people who allow us the privilege to work with you as healthcare providers. It truly is a privilege that we take very seriously and that we are very grateful for. So I thank you all. I want to mention also our partners in East Boston Neighborhood Health Center, because we're all like whole people. We don't separate the mind and the body, and they've been partners with us in really trying to integrate services and make sure that they're accessible to the people of East Boston. So thank you all for being here today, and I guess we're going to have some more music, maybe? I don't know. I don't know what the next plan is, but thank you for being here.